Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. What's up? Happy Friday and welcome to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and this is the show where the conspiracy is the news. And of course, what does that mean? That means a lot of things. That means that we are left with a post-truth world because of a dishonest media. And as a result, we have to try and figure things out on our own. Not that anybody ever really should have over-relied on the media in the first place, because even in the old days when they had 3 networks, ABC, NBC, and CBS, it was all propaganda all the time anyway. They were just a little more, what would you say, sly about delivering it, okay? But now you just turn on, watch, all you got to do is watch CNN and Fox News just in, one day, the next day for about a couple hours, and you can see the game. It's very, very easy to see what's going on out there, and the propaganda media is turning this into a zoo, a jungle, worse. Just an absolute shit show of dishonesty is what's happening out there, and it's unfortunate. And so, like I said, it's left to us to try and figure out what the hell's going on here. So that's what's up. That's what this show is really about. We used to do part of this in the old days. We did a news segment on the other show we do, the podcast feed and everything else on Troubled Minds Radio. We do that 4 times a week on Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook anymore. Screw off Facebook. We don't do that anymore. We do Rockfin. We do YouTube. We do Twitter and DLive, right? So we stream on those 4 platforms and also on the Fringe FM 4 nights a week. And on that show in particular, we used to do what's called a news, like a kind of a, to start us off, begin the conversation, a news segment, and it just got longer and longer. It used to be 30 minutes, and then it grew to an hour, then it was an hour and a half, and then it was half the show, and then so it made sense that it was kind of taking over the weirdness of what Troubled Minds should have been and turning it more into a news show. So what we did is we split it off and did our entire other segment here, which is just the news, which is just quick hits, looking at the news cycle, calling out the hypocrisy, and maybe pointing out some interesting news that you may or may not have seen due to the lying dog media. And so that's what this show is. That's what this show's about. What's up, guys? I see you in chat. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it very much. And that's what's up. You guys know the same applies to this show as the other show. We have time for you if you want to be part of this. We have an open phone line, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. You can also join the Discord at troubledminds.org. That's the official website, and you can find the Discord link and the phone number right on top of the webpage. Right on top. You can't miss it. troubledminds.org, right there. And there it is. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? Like I said, we're taking your phone calls if you got thoughts on this stuff, or if you want to jump into Discord and talk about this. I thought this was interesting. This is from MLB.com. As you guys know, I am a baseball fan, and rest in peace, 2021 Oakland Athletics. However, this is pretty cool that we kind of watch the crypto space a little bit. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take that. I'm not a doctor either. I'm not an expert in anything, by the way, so don't take anything I say with too much weight here. I'm just some asshole on the internet with a microphone, just like anybody else. And so there you go. I want to make sure everybody understands that this is not the cult of whatever people are going to call this. This is not. This is just people talking about things. So here we go. This is from MLB.com, okay, and they're talking about this, and this is crazy. Topps set to drop newest series of MLB NFTs. NFTs, okay? Topps, if you don't know, back in the day, Topps was very famous, and they still are, for making baseball cards, all right? Now, in the old days, right, you get the baseball cards, you'd buy the little pack at the store, and there'd be, I mean, you can still get them, they still sell them, of course, but look what's happening. So instead of the little baseball card with the baseball player name, the stats on the back, in the old days, they give you a stick of bubble gum in there, which ruined some of the cards, by the way, which was pretty funny. But now they're minting Major League Baseball NFTs. NFTs. You know what that is? Non-fungible tokens. Non-fungible tokens, right? Here we go. As the company continues to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the release of its first set of baseball cards, Topps announced on Thursday morning that it will be releasing the 2021 Topps Series 2 Baseball NFT collection on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Following in the footsteps of Topps Series 1 NFT collection release in April and the Inception NFT collection released on September 9th, Series 2 includes thousands of unique NFTs in both classic and modern Topps designs, featuring baseball's biggest names, upcoming stars, and more to celebrate an unforgettable 2021 season. And notably, everybody's getting in on this crypto stuff because, of course, NFTs are part of that blockchain, the whole crypto cyberspace, as you may call it. Interesting that the world is changing right before our very eyes. And this NFT stuff has, like, I've seen people make, millions of dollars in one night minting their NFTs, and it's just art. It's digital art in some capacity, right? And they have unique codes because they're minted on a blockchain, and people buy them, and, well, then they hold them like you would hold modern art or sell them or whatever. It's pretty crazy, right? And so, oddly, that, and actually, as part of this, like the Pokemon cards are just off the rails with the cost that they're demanding for old cards from about 20 years ago now. Baseball cards are selling, the original baseball cards are selling for way more than they ever have. There's this weird boom in collectibles going on, and so, of course, NFTs is the next step, and vaporware, as it were, right? You get to buy the like a hashtag or something, I don't know what's going on here. It's a little bit weird to think of in terms of what this is going to mean for the future, but MLB, Major League Baseball, is jumping on the NFT bandwagon and releasing season 2 coming up. So I thought it was curious that I was actually just cruising the Major League Baseball site and shedding a tear for my Oakland Athletics, but I saw this and was like, oh, interesting. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so gonna keep on trucking here, and let's go to this. More elephant in the room, right? Remember all the things where the governments of the world, not just the world, maybe let's say the United States, the different states, the federal government were like, nah, we're not going to do any of these mandates, these vaccine mandates. No. Well, recently they just fired a whole bunch of hospital workers that would not vaccinate, and then in some cases replaced them with the National Guard, right? Because now there's short workers. Weird that, how when you fire thousands and thousands of people, you're suddenly short-staffed. Interesting. But anyway, aside from that, we have this. This is from the LA Times. And Gavin Newsom orders COVID vaccines for eligible students. The first kindergarten to 12th grade school mandate in the nation. And the reason why this is notable is because it is the first. And for some bizarre reason, the nation likes to follow California and their politics. I just can't wrap my head around it. Like they know something over there. Like they're held in some high esteem, California, and their politics, which is just absolutely upside down and backwards most times. I mean, like I said, go there. Hang out for like a couple weeks in California. Check out the prices. Like the grocery prices are twice what they are in Nevada. Twice, times 2. I'm not even kidding. Like the gas is ridiculous. Like, yeah, sure. California's got a bunch of shit figured out, don't they? Right? Try being poor and living in California. Good luck. Point is, so not just we get the vaccine mandate from Gavin Newsom for kindergarten through 12th grade. This is what we're doing with that two-tier society. Just like I said, we're going to get people that are like not going to do it. And so what happens? What's going to happen here? People are going to be like, no, I'm not putting my kid through that. It has a gigantic survival rate for youngsters and whatever, right? Again, I'm not trying to tell you what or what not to do. These are very personal decisions. You make your decisions yourselves regarding all this stuff. However, once the government starts mandating things like this, and of course, right, firing hospital workers and this, not allowing children in school because of this, it seems like a very... what would you say? It's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that this is what we've come down to. And I don't know. Is it ever going to end? Like Axel has said. I don't know if Axel's out there today, but he said that he thinks COVID might end in the next 6 or 8 months and just be a thing of the past. Well, I don't know. I kind of think that the government, governments at large, state governments, local governments, and federal government, they seem to like this crisis because they can do things they normally wouldn't be able to do, including mandates and things like this, which, right, of course, in the immortal words of Rahm Emanuel, and of course that would be Saul Alinsky before him, that is never let a crisis go to waste. And so as long as they can extend this crisis forever, they can exploit people's fear forever and create laws and things that they would never otherwise get away with. And that's the scary part. Once the government starts doing that shit right in front of your very eyes, we got a different problem, don't we? Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, and then also as an addendum piece, I thought this was really hilarious, so we have to add it. This is the deal right here. We have Gavin Newsom on the Babylon Bee. It was Gavin Newsom named U-Haul Salesperson of the Year, which of course Babylon Bee is a satire site, and I thought it was hilarious because, yeah, you want to make people move out of California fast as possible and rent U-Hauls? Well, congratulations, Gavin Newsom, the U-Haul Salesperson of the Year. U-Haul is named Governor Gavin Newsom its Salesperson of the Year for the third year in a row after a record-setting sales quarter. Quote, "We are astounded by the growth we've seen in California," said U-Haul's Western Regional Director Fennick Bugstein. "Thanks to Gavin Newsom, literally every middle-class family has moved out of the state. It's been impossible to keep up with demand. Also, most of our workers left the state too, which kind of stinks." There you go. So I thought this was funny. It is satire, but it is also kind of true. Kind of true. All right, let's go. Yahoo News. This is a little bit weird. Internet goes down for millions. Tech companies scramble as key encryption service expires. Weird. Yeah. The expiration of a key digital encryption service on Thursday sent major tech companies nationwide scrambling to deal with internet outages that affected millions of online users. Tech giants such as Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Cisco, as well as many smaller tech companies, were still battling with an endless array of issues by the end of the night. The problems were caused by the forced expiration of a popular digital certificate that encrypts and protects the connection between devices and websites on the internet. The certificate is issued by Let's Encrypt, the largest issuer of such certificates in the world. At least 2 million people have seen error messages on their phones, computers, smart gadgets in the past 24 hours, detailing some internet connectivity problems due to the certificate issue, according to Scott Helm, an internet security researcher and well-known cybersecurity expert. Okay, well, I don't know if anybody's actually seen this. Or had this happen, but this is, I don't know, this was literally just happened yesterday, and so I haven't seen any issues myself. The only issues we had with the show was on Monday for some reason. We were having Google issues with Google Voice and all kinds of like weird lag for no apparent reason, so I don't know what happened with that, but I didn't have any issues in the last 24 hours. Anybody out there have issues with this? Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, just something to keep note of and realize is going on if you are frustrated with your internet, as it were. Well, this frog in my throat. Yeah. So just something to keep an eye on. I don't know. This is one of those things where you are, if it's happening, now you know why. So there you go. Okay, let's keep on trucking. Where are we at time wise? I think we're okay. Let's actually get a quick word from our sponsor, which is you. And by the way, we got a new sponsor, which is Fusion 360. Thank you for subbing up on Twitch, and I will get that list back up to date and be reading that. I should actually be doing that at the end of the Troubled Mind shows as well. Thank thanking everybody for supporting the show. So we should do something like that as well. So I'll get something back up. Thanks again. I do appreciate you guys for supporting and appreciating the work we do on this show. Like I said, it's not just me here. There are lots of folks that chime in the chat, lots of people that call into the shows and spread knowledge, and that's a good thing. So here we go. This is a quick word from our sponsor, which is you.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
Okay, let's keep on trucking. There's more news here. Let's get to this. This is from CNBC.com, and this is the best thing about crypto is once you send it, you can't get it back. It's kind of like Western Union, unless of course you're the FBI and you have that refund button that's super secret that nobody's talking about, by the way. But anyway, DeFi is a company. Accidentally gives $90 million to users. Founder begs them to return it. That sucks. That sucks. Thanks, James. Thanks for resubbing up. Yeah, by the way, if you are subbed up to the channel through Amazon and through your Prime account, it does expire every month, so you do have to go back and hit the resubscribe, just to let you know. So it's not a set it and forget it type of thing. It reinstates every month. So just to let you know, if you're new to that, I appreciate. There you go. Thanks for subbing up, James. Okay, there we go. So yeah, about $90 million has mistakenly gone out to users of Compound, a popular decentralized finance staking protocol, and the founder is begging users to voluntarily return the tokens. Oops. Yeah. Quote, if you received a large incorrect amount of comp from the Compound protocol error, please return it. Robert Leshner, founder of Compound Labs, tweeted late Thursday. Keep 10% as a white hat. Otherwise, it's being reported as income to the IRS, and most of you are doxxed, continued the tweet. Well, if you're going to dox me, at least send me, maybe millions of dollars. You can dox my ass all you want if you send me millions of dollars. Yeah. I don't know. Think about that. If I'm not sure if anybody got huge chunks, we'll read a little bit more of this article. But if you got a huge sum of cryptocurrency, would you be tempted to send it back, or what's going on here? Not only that, funny how the IRS is a punitive thing, right? It's not supposed to be, but they're like, oh, you're being reported to the IRS, right? Oh, okay. So taxes are now a punitive thing? I thought they weren't supposed to be that. I thought they were supposed to fix our roads and shit, which are broken as hell, by the way. I just came back from California, and I grew up in California, so that's why I bag on it, because it didn't used to be that way. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But anyway, who's stealing the money that's supposed to be fixing our roads? Just a thought, for food for thought. But anyway, so being the IRS is a punitive thing now, if you received a large incorrect amount, please return it. Keep it 10% as a white hat. Otherwise, it's being reported as income to the IRS. Oh no, you're going to report my income to the IRS and I'll have to pay taxes? Punitive. Terrible. The price of Compound's native token, Comp, initially plunged nearly 13% in a day on the news of the bug, but it's since gained back ground. Whether reward recipients choose to return many millions of dollars to the platform remains to be seen, though if history is any indication, it is certainly possible. Alchemix, another DeFi protocol, had a similar incident a few months back where they gave out more rewards than intended, blockchain security researcher Madit Gupta told CNBC. Almost everyone who got the extra rewards refunded the extra. Isn't that sweet for the honor system? That's adorable. It's adorable. Let's see. Gupta remains hopeful. This makes me optimistic that people will refund most of the comp tokens as well, but you never can be sure. Yeah, well, maybe you should not send $90 million out to random people. Just, Yeah, here we go. We were talking about this last week on the news show. Check this out. This is crazy. La La Land, USA. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, 40s. What's up, buddy? Here we go. Pompeo. from Yahoo News. Sources for Yahoo News WikiLeaks report should all be prosecuted. All be prosecuted, right? Yeah, okay. Now this is hot stuff, guys. Think about the backwards ass upside down. Like we always say on the Troubled Mind show, we live in the upside down. Now this is crazy. All right. Now if you recall, about a week ago, there leaked a plot concocted by the CIA to either kidnap or murder in a staged gunfight, murder Julian Assange. You guys remember this of WikiLeaks? Now, of course, they say it leaked from inside the CIA. And they said that the CIA presented this information to Trump when Trump was president, of course, not now, because, well, everybody would lose their damn minds again if anybody presented anything to Trump. But while Trump was president, they presented him with these options of maybe kidnapping Julian Assange or killing him accidentally, wink, wink, in a firefight, a staged firefight. So, right, that's the dirty shit the CIA pulls. Well, check this out. Now, Mike Pompeo says that the people from Yahoo News that leaked this story should be prosecuted. What? Like, okay, all right, yeah, totally cool. Totally cool, right? Former CIA director and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on Wednesday called for the criminal prosecution of sources who spoke to Yahoo News for a story detailing proposals by the intelligence agency in 2017 to abduct WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange and discussions within the Trump administration and CIA to possibly even assassinate him. Yeah, Pompeo, appearing on Megyn Kelly's podcast, was asked to respond to the Yahoo News story, which was based on interviews with 30 former U.S. intelligence and national security officials with knowledge of the U.S. government's efforts against WikiLeaks. Quote, I can't say much about this other than whoever those 30 people who allegedly spoke to one of these Yahoo News reporters, they should all be prosecuted for speaking about classified activity inside the Central Intelligence Agency, Pompeo said. Now this is important to note. I always say this, and this is exactly why we live in the upside down. This guy's saying that for leaking information that is dirty information, right? Literally, this would be the government breaking the law, right? You're not supposed to just assassinate people willy-nilly without due process, okay? You're not supposed to do that. It's against the Constitution, right? No government agency is above that, period, all right? Yet, they get away with it if it doesn't get leaked, right? If nobody exposes the plots, they get away with these things because they can plausible deniability, say it was somebody else, blah, blah, so on and so forth. Nothing new here, right? Government's doing shady shit all the time, but nobody talks about it. Nobody knows about it, and here you go. But this is the crazy part. So there are two kinds of leaks, right? There are sanctioned leaks, which they leak every day from Capitol Hill, by the way. Every damn day. There's some staffer, there's somebody, right? They leak it down the chain and give it to some low-level staffer to leak to the press, right? For political purposes, for brainwash purposes, to convince you of something that you wouldn't have been convinced of if it weren't for that sanctioned leak. Do you understand me? Which means every time that happens, everybody in that chain that leaked the information, classified information, they should all be prosecuted with a felony. You know what would happen if they actually prosecuted people for this all the time? Yeah, that's right. They'd lock up everybody on Capitol Hill. Every single person. All 535 of those fucks. Whether it's Congress, Senate, both combined, you name it. And then they'd get into the executive branch and they start nailing people down there as well. You understand? So this is my point. When you have two sets of leaks and one are sanctioned and the other is not, you see, this is not the law. This is not law at all. This is cherry picking things to prosecute based on political intent and propaganda. You see? There's a problem here. And, well, you don't get to pick and choose. If the law is broken, shouldn't they go after the people that broke the law? Even if it is senators and House members? Yeah, I think so. But, well, yeah, there we go. Anyway, this pisses me off quite a bit because, one, they're exposing the government for doing dirty shit. And then they're saying the people that did should be prosecuted for exposing the government for doing dirty shit. Do you understand? Come on now. There's got to be some accountability for stupid stuff like this. Thank goodness they didn't go through with it and assassinate or kidnap Julian Assange. But it gives you an idea of the inner workings of what is actually happening here, what they're trying to do, some of the things that are actually running across the desk of the president, etc., so on. It's dirty shit. It's dirty shit, guys. It's not good. Let's see. What else do we got? Let's take a quick break. All right. So point is that, this is the way the world works, and this is why we do this show, because if we're not pointing it out, so few are pointing out like the truth of these matters. Like in this case, that's the truth. Well, who is? And, there are some out there, of course, but it's when you're awash in propaganda and big dollars pumping these propaganda channels like the Young Turks, those guys are assholes. Like the like MSNBC, those guys are assholes. Like Fox News, those guys are assholes. They all are, right? But they got big money behind them. Because why? They're the particular type of liar that's worth paying for. Oh, all right. So what we're going to do is this is Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, let's do it. Welcome back to Troubled Minds News, and I'm your host, Michael Strange, and we're just talking about the news that is the conspiracy that is the news. And here we go. This is from phys.org. Let us continue, shall we? We'll keep on trucking. And here we go. This is expert warns of a future without bees if shoppers don't alter our food buying habits. Huh, that's weird. That's weird. So okay. So let me just frame this in another way. So who's responsible? The shoppers that are buying the things that they put out there, or is it the people that are producing these things and providing them to the shoppers? You see, there's a whole chain of responsibilities here. And so I'm just asking the question. I don't know the answer to that. I'm just throwing it out there. Here we go. Curry, baked beans, and jam are just three of the creature comforts we will lose if bees become extinct, according to bee expert and University of Sussex professor Dave Goulson. The tiny creatures are crucial to the ecosystem due to their role in pollination, but populations are rapidly declining as a result of habitat loss, pollution, and the use of pesticides, among other factors. And through a series of stark images, Professor Goulson has revealed just what the devastating impact would be should our fuzzy friends disappear for good. Because they're the dominant pollinator in most terrestrial ecosystems, many thousands of wild plant species and 75% of the crops we grow wouldn't be pollinated, he warns. As these pictures highlight, the amount of fruit and vegetables available in supermarkets would be hugely reduced, and many flower varieties will similarly cease to exist. University of Sussex professor has teamed up with the Clipper Teas in Organic September to highlight the threat posed by pesticides to bee numbers and, in turn, the ecosystem itself. This follows research of 2,000 adults, also commissioned by the Organic Fair Trade, blah, blah, blah. And here we go. And worryingly, honey stores in bee nests often contain cocktails of 10 or more pesticides. There is abundant evidence these pesticides kill bees or have sublethal effects such as impaired learning, low resistance to disease, and reduced fertility. So again, right, if this is an existential crisis and we're literally in danger of losing all kinds of things, including, fruits and vegetables, I think that maybe this is why there is a government, okay? Not to do all that dirty CIA shit that we were just talking about. No, not that. They're in place to stop this pesticide stuff. If it's killing bees, spend some money and do a damn study and ban that shit, right? But no, of course, there's too much money involved and all this other stuff, the forest for the trees, bad legislation, bullshit, so on and so on. Let's instead kidnap or kill Julian Assange. Right? There you go. What's up, Fusion? I hope it doesn't affect my beer. Yeah, well, hops, bro. Hops. Yeah, man. We'll be drinking some other kind of swill. Anyway, so point being, right, there's a whole chain of responsibilities here, and this is what a government is for. It's not for, again, right, raising our taxes and not fixing the roads, right? It's not for that. It's not for assassinating, people that are trying to tell the truth about what the dirty shit government's really doing. They're not. There's so many things they're doing that are just so backwards and wrong, right? Not for mandates and setting up dual class citizens. That's not what the government's for. It's for things like this. And what are they doing on this? Nothing. whatever, right? What business as usual. Oh, you mean the bees are going to die? Well, that's a shame. Yeah, right? It's so stupid. It's just incredibly stupid. Here we go. Let's continue trucking here. All right. This is from Live Science. After 3.5 million year hiatus, the largest comet ever discovered is headed our way. Boom. Yep, that's right. The gargantuan Bernardelli-Bernstein comet will strafe Saturn's orbit in 2031. Scientists are stoked. Yeah. An enormous comet, possibly the largest ever detected, is barreling toward the inner solar system with an estimated arrival time of 10 years from now, according to new research published on a preprint server, arxiv.org. The comet, known as the Bernardelli-Bernstein comet, is at least 62 miles across and about 1,000 times more massive than a typical comet. It's so large that astronomers previously mistook it for a dwarf planet, according to a statement announcing the comet's discovery in June of 2021, which we talked about then, by the way. But a closer analysis of the object revealed that it was moving rapidly through the Oort cloud, a vast scrapyard of icy rocks billions of miles from Earth. The object appeared to be headed our way and even had a glowing tail or coma behind it, a clear indication of an icy comet approaching the relatively warm inner solar system. So we are not in danger of this hitting the Earth, so just FYI, it's not one of those sort of situations. But it is going to be the largest comet ever found. So I think that's the deal. If this thing comes zipping by Jupiter in 2031, then we'll cover it then. Cross your fingers. Maybe they'll find out some more information about it, that maybe the aliens live on it or something like this. Who knows? I have no idea. Yeah, Planet X, right? Maybe. All right, let's keep on trucking. This is from CNN, and let's do some Space Force and get into some aliens. Speaking of aliens, this is from CNN. U.S. Space Force unveils new uniform prototypes. Look at that. Aren't those sharp? So there you go. The service dress. That looks like it's from Buck Rogers or something, right? It looks like it should be in a science fiction sort of drama, right? Look at that. That's hot. Got the buttons on the side. The brass on the... that's pretty hot. Anyway, here we go. The U.S. Space Force, the newest branch of U.S. military, on Tuesday unveiled a new uniform prototype for its members, known as Guardians. General J. Raymond, a commander of the U.S. Space Force, announced the new uniforms during his speech at the Air Force Association's Air, Space, and Cyber Conference. The new dress uniform prototype is a navy blue uniform. It has a series of silver buttons with the U.S. Space Force symbol on them, running diagonally from the right shoulder down the front of the wearer's chest. The name pin is on the left side of the uniform's front under the wearer's left shoulder, and a light blue collar is slightly visible below the uniform. And there you go. There's the prototype of the service dress. That's great looking, right? I love that. Send me a batch of those. I'll wear that shit every day. I'll do my Buck Rogers cosplay. It'll be so sweet. I don't know. This is neat. So I thought it was interesting to point out. This is from about a week ago or so, but we did miss it because there's too much good news to talk about. All right, so let's look at this. This is from the dailystar.co.uk, one of my favorite tabloids. And you better believe it. This is this. Space Force, right? I'll try and apply for the Space Force spokesperson. We'll try. Let's see. dailystar.co.uk. Donald Trump's Space Force. Now, this is hot. This is getting to aliens, guys. Donald Trump's Space Force unit being watched by aliens as strange orbs appear in the sky. You guys wanted aliens? You got aliens. UFO expert. I'll just let that hang in the air. UFO expert Jason Surachi has filmed several strange orbs over Buckley Space Force Base in Colorado, with some of the objects appearing to change shape, and has sparked claims aliens are watching us. There you go. There's one of the photographs, as you can see there. An intergalactic unit set up by former U.S. President Donald Trump to probe threats from other planets is being watched by aliens, believers say. Look at how that's written. Man, that is some spicy language. They're calling the Space Force an intergalactic unit. That's hot. How are you intergalactic without, I don't know, like a Stargate or something? Just asking for a friend. Anyway, the Space Force tasked with protecting U.S. satellites orbiting Earth has been targeted by strange orbs over its headquarters and has sparked claims ETs are watching us. watching them. They're watching us, watching them, right? They know that we know that they know that we know, right? Yeah. The Space Force, anyway, UFO expert Jason Sirachi has filmed several strange orbs over Buckley Space Force base in Aurora, Colorado. The objects appear to change shape while others are similar to the infamous Tic Tac UFO filmed by U.S. Navy pilots. In one clip posted on Instagram, he said, "This was a Tic Tac UFO I saw manifest, then it shot into the clouds. This is not a drone or my favorite tabloid comes through once again. The Express, the dailystar.co.uk. My other favorite tabloid. All right, let's continue. This is from Futurism. Futurism.com. And we were talking about ghosts last night. And how about this? Woman resurrected after being clinically dead for 45 minutes. Talk about a near-death experience, right? Holy smokes. Kathy Patton, a grandmother from Baltimore, suffered a heart attack and spent 45 long minutes clinically dead. But some intense CPR actually managed to bring her back to life, giving her a second chance that local news stations are calling a medical miracle. And to me, it also brings to mind that maybe death is not as we perceive it to be. And maybe bumping life back into that husk that life has left is maybe possible. Who knows? Patton has reportedly made an almost full recovery, something that is exceedingly rare. While TV dramas give the impression that CPR is often successful, the reality is grim. Only about 10.6% of those who experience cardiac arrest are later discharged from the hospital, according to a 2018 study, though those numbers fluctuate depending on the severity and timing of the incident. Quote, "I'm so grateful God gave me a second chance," Patton told CBS affiliate WJZ-TV. "I'm just going to be the best person I can. It's very scary. Coming back is a second chance of life." Yeah, interesting. Let's see. Does she? Yep. Does not mention in here what it was like. If she remembers anything, was there a light? Carol Ann, stay away from the light. Remember that last night? Yeah. Well, it hasn't left my head yet. It just makes me wonder if she was able to, while passed away, able to experience something to that effect of maybe seeing the afterworld of sorts. I don't know. Whatever is beyond. So I don't know. Pretty cool stuff. Good for her, and good advice. I'm just going to try and be the best person I can and be thankful for what I have. Yeah, I think that probably goes without saying for us folks that have not died and come back after 45 minutes. I think it's just good advice all the way around, right? Just try and be the best people we can be and be grateful for what we have. Yeah, seems legit. Let's see. We talked about this on the show a couple nights ago, but I wanted to point this out in case nobody stuck around, because that was kind of a botched show a little bit with the robots, because of that we had that fringe issue and some other stuff. So whatever, I was out of sorts, but I wanted to point out how amazing this is. It's not that long ago, just a couple weeks back, I was talking about Elon Musk and his robots and building those from Tesla, the Tesla company, not Tesla the man who's dead now, Tesla the company. And Elon Musk was going to build a robot. All right, but we have this. Amazon unveils science fiction robot that can patrol homes. And look at this creepy little thing. It's got like a screen that has like eyeballs, right? It's like a big, what did Night Stalker call this? The big bro bot, like the big brother bot, the big bro bot. Yeah, exactly. 40 says, "It has begun, my dude." Yeah, totally, right? And so this is fine. There's nothing wrong with this, right? This is fine. Amazon revealed a camera-equipped home robot Tuesday that users can deploy to patrol their houses, a device that one of the project's developers said it was making science fiction a reality. Yeah. The tech giant cheered the Astro robot as a breakthrough for security and convenience, but digital watchdogs raised concerns for potential risks to people's most private moments at home. Yeah, there we go. So once again, notice, as long as you have those two things, convenience and security, you can sell anything, can't you? You can sell mobile spyware in your home that sends your most personal private information to Amazon's cloud servers. Yeah, cool, right? That's super cool. And Astro the robot. And so, like I said, what I say, your price point was going to be, maybe $7.99 or something like that when you finally go on, a Black Friday and battle other people for your new robot. I described that as on the Robot Show not too long ago. Well, this is it. I said that, and then like a few days later, they released this. So, like I said, it's not useful to me yet because it can't do dishes or bring me a beer. All this can do is watch me take a dump or have sex, and I'm not interested in that. So, mind your own business, Amazon. So, there you go. And that's kind of the point, right? So, this thing is supposed to learn your schedule and work around you, which of course means it knows everything you're doing at all times. So, once again, who is the security for? Is it for you, keeping your home secure, or is it for the individuals, the technocrats that may be collecting more data on you? Weird. Who is it for? Who's it for? Like I said, the funniest thing that probably came out of this, spontaneously, of course, because I don't script my shows, was this thing rolls in while you're having sex and notices, oh, by the way, you're out of condoms. Let me order you some more. And then it turns around and dials up to the cloud and orders you a new pack of condoms. Right there, you go. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like this is the hotness of the future, and it's beginning. It's beginning. Yeah, it begins. There we go. All right, here we go. Now we have this. This is from the independent.co.uk. It seems like everything from the UK is a tabloid these days, which is kind of super cute. But here we go. An interview. Peter Stormare says, I believe in aliens and UFOs. I pity people who don't. A little bit of Mr. T. I pity the fool, right? The prolific Swedish character actor, best known as feeding Steve Buscemi to a wood chipper in Fargo, talks to Adam White about psychic powers, Disneyland, and why choosing movies is a bit like being in Oasis. Okay, all right. Anyway, I thought this was pretty interesting just for the UFO. I pity the fool. I pity the fool that don't believe in the UFOs. Know what I'm talking about? Okay, let's see. It says, okay. Let's see. Let's get to the good part here. Let's get to the UFOs. Here we go. Watch this. I can do this, I think. UFO. There it is. All right. He says, is he a spiritual man? I have my own chapel within my body, he says. As Jesus Christ said, you don't have to go to church. You are your own temple. He says he doesn't necessarily believe in God, but there is something out there, a big force that created all this. I get asked whether I believe in aliens and UFOs, and I say, yeah, because it's more fun to believe than just to be a naysayer to everything. I pity people who don't believe in anything or believe that you die and everything becomes black. Well, you can believe that, but I'm going to sit with John Lennon and Jimi Hendrix and have some good whiskey between us and talk and play guitar together. Well, that's assuming that they'd want to have you in their circle, right? But just saying, there you go. So I pity the fool that don't believe in the UFOs. And, well... this is the news for you. Tabloid. What's going on, guys? We got time for you if you want to be part of the show. It's 702-957-1037. Let's get another quick word from our sponsor, which is you. By the way, if you sub up to Twitch, it expires every month if you sub up through Prime. So you may not notice because it doesn't charge you anything extra, but it does lapse every 30 days. So here you go. This is a way to support the show straight through Twitch. Shout out to our good friend 40s AM for pointing this out to me. I had no idea, but here you go.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm seeing in the chat here. Let's see. Fusion 360 says there's some LOL Biden's trying to pass where he can watch your bank accounts. Hopefully it's not real or it doesn't happen. Let's see. This is a thing. Let's see. Let's pull this up and let's talk about that because why not? This is from PolitiFact. All right, and let's fact check the fact checkers, as it were. And this is the deal. Biden's Treasury Department declares IRS will monitor all accounts over $600. All right, that's the claim. Now notice, I'm going to put this on the screen. My bad. Notice, now that's the claim. Notice, interestingly, the claim here is a little bit faulty in the claim, because that's not what this is. Biden plan to require more bank account reporting to IRS is still a proposal. Oh, it's just a proposal. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so if your time is short, our time is short. Let's do this. To enforce tax compliance, it's always about tax compliance, right? The Biden administration has proposed requiring financial institutions to report to the IRS annual inflow and outflow totals from most bank, loan, and investment accounts. Congress is considering their proposal as part of a budget reconciliation package. Yes. Yeah. And so what did they rated this? Mostly false. All right. So, here we go. Even so, a headline widely shared on Instagram from InfoWars, the conspiracy-oriented website run by Alex Jones, contains only an element of truth. The headline states, Biden's Treasury Department declares IRS will monitor transactions of all U.S. accounts over $600. The InfoWars article under the headline goes on to make a more far-reaching claim that the IRS will audit virtually all financial transactions of Americans with bank accounts holding at least $600. Okay, the actual proposal is this. The Treasury Department made the proposal in May of 2021. The Senate Finance and House Ways and Means Committees could adopt it as part of the budget reconciliation legislation they are considering. Under the measure, financial institutions would be required to annually report gross inflows and outflows from all business and personal accounts, including bank, loan, and investment accounts, if the inflows and outflows of an account total at least $600 in a year, or if the account has a fair market value of at least $600. All right. You see what that says? That's the exact boom, right? That's the proposal. But then you go up and you look at what Alex Jones said, and he's spot the fuck on, right? And here we go. PolitiFact says mostly false. Come on. Like, are you kidding me? Come on, man. Like, this is bullshit. Like, first off, this is like we always talk about the digital dollar. I say it's going to be the final piece in this surveillance state, the digital dollar. You won't be able to spend a damn thing without them knowing every single thing you do, right? And that's the point. That's why there was the coin shortage. They blamed it on COVID. That's why there's going to be a cash shortage. You watch, it's going to turn into the digidollar, the digital dollar, Fed coin, whatever the hell you want to call it. But then, in the meantime, this is why they're doing it. Because it means that the inflows and outflows over $600. So that means if you start to withdraw your money from banks and try and maybe store it in a safe at home or something like this, they'll know. They'll know where the money went, because it used to be $10,000. And so if they drop it down to $600, they're going to make it very, very, very difficult for anybody to actually take money from banking institutions and, just keep it in your private residence, you see? And also another thing to watch out for is as the interest rates maybe go low, this happened in Japan, by the way, if people don't know, if the interest rates go negative, that means the bank will charge you for having your money in the bank. Which, of course, means that there will be a run on the banks. And people are like, fuck that, I'm going to get my money out. I'm not going to pay you 1.5% or whatever just to hold my money. So it happened in Japan. And what did they do? People started buying safes. And they took their money out and were storing money in a safe at home. Because why are you going to pay the bank? That's bullshit. So you see what's happening. They're setting the entire future up for this. If you withdraw a bunch of your money because of that word, that not the one world currency, if they set it up this way, then if you withdraw a bunch of money when they set it up so there's negative interest rates, well, then they know where that money went anyway. You see, it's again so before the Fed coin happens. So I don't know. This is weird. This is not a good thing. And funny, PolitiFact carrying water for the Democrats again and always, mostly false. And this is what pisses me off, by the way. This is why I'm a registered Democrat. I've said this a lot. And so a lot of those old ideals are gone. They've been just burned up, gone. And the thing is this. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about New World Order type stuff. We're talking about surveillance state type stuff. We're talking about privacy being breached. We're talking about all kinds of shit that they're doing. And once again, nobody's talking about it. PolitiFact is carrying water for these people. Mostly false. That's bullshit. Yeah, it's a proposal, and hopefully it gets shot down. Rightfully it should. But yeah, it's a proposal. So you tell me. They're proposing it. Does that mean that we can say mostly false here? No. Like, it's 100% true. It is a proposal, and it is bullshit. I want to tell you that. Sorry, PolitiFact, you lose. You're fired. That's why nobody believes your crap anymore, because you're all liars. All right, let's go. Let's finish up with this. This is from abcnewsgo.com. Egypt opens ancient tomb of Djoser, Djoser, after restoration. Let's ask Microsoft Mike how to say that. I think it's Djoser. I don't know. Let's find out. Hold on. Come on. Oh, really? My AI failed me. All right. Saqqara, Egypt. Egypt on Tuesday showcased an ancient tomb structure belonging to the cemetery complex of King Djoser, a pharaoh who lived more than 4,500 years ago, following extensive restorations of the site. The structure, known as the Southern Tomb, is largely underground and includes a labyrinth of corridors decorated with hieroglyphic carvings and tiles. A central funeral shaft houses a massive granite-clad sarcophagus from Egypt's third dynasty. I thought this was pretty cool. However, the pharaoh was not actually buried there, but in the famed step pyramid nearby. The two structures make up part of the Saqqara complex near Cairo, one of the country's richest archaeological sites. The step pyramid is the oldest known pyramid and one of the first examples of monumental architecture from the ancient world, according to UNESCO. It is believed to have been the inspiration for the pyramids at Giza. Yeah, right. There you go. So we have, you're able to hop in and just check this thing out now. It's opening up as a museum. See if Microsoft Mike can read this for me, and we can actually find out how to say this. Not that it really matters too much, but it bothers me just a little bit.
Showcased an ancient tomb structure belonging to the cemetery complex of King Djoser, a pharaoh who lived more than 4,500 years ago, following extensive restorations of the site.
Djoser, King Djoser. That's fine by me. We'll take that. What's up, Night Stalker says, stop opening these haunted tombs. They're just asking for an ancient curse, right? I think so. Yeah, so that's the deal. That's Troubled Minds News. As you guys know, back home now, back in Nevada, and, well, it's becoming California. Unfortunately, all the Californios are fleeing, and they're coming here, and, well, I'm not sure what to think about that. All the property prices are through the roof, and here we are again in the same situation when we left California. So all we need is the people to start stealing the money that's supposed to fix the roads, because we have nice roads in Nevada, by the way, actual nice roads. But California, they're all busted up and potholes and shit everywhere. And so, well, maybe that's coming here. I'm sure they're gonna adopt that California model and just spread it around the world. And there you go. There's our new world order, Chinese-style surveillance, mandates from the government to do this, that, and the other thing. You name it. I don't know. It's fine. It's Friday. We're all fine here now. How are you? Happy Friday, everybody. Don't take me sighing and lamenting Californios as a thing, because, well, it is what it is. And what's up? I see you guys in the chat. Thanks for Clyde and crew might have hinted at a move to Vegas last night. Seriously? For real? These fools, they can't stop. They can't stop. They're like, oh, man, that Troubled Minds is hot. Now we got to go to Vegas. We're lifting their shows every few days. We're just going to go there and knock on Mike's door and ask him, hey, what are you doing for the show tonight, Mike? Yeah, Clyde Lewis of Ground Zero, of course. And I'm joking. I'm only half joking anyway. But yeah, so I don't know. I think, and that's part of the problem, right? So they're up in Portland, and there's a weirdness with that, because they're in that, Oregon's probably worse than California in some ways. So I don't know. It's just the politics just get more and more stupid. And once they make this a situation where, like, once the government starts doing things and start making it hard on the people that live there, they're going to get a what do you call it? A snapback. It's going to happen, right? And I think that's part of what happened with the Donald Trump stuff. Everybody was like the middle finger, F you, to these new policies that they're trying to implement. And so, not that, again, Trump was a particularly good president, but he was an outsider, and he seemed like he was going to give an F you, a middle finger, to the establishment. And look what happened. The establishment turned it on him, and you saw what happened. 4 years of hate for Emmanuel Goldstein. But I don't know. It's just there's a lot going on that you see. Like there's nothing's hidden anymore, and that's why they say that a lot of people are waking up and becoming aware of what's happening, because it's like I said in the old days when we started today, is that ABC, CBS, and NBC, they were at least a little bit more sly how they kind of brought in the propaganda, right? It wasn't so obvious about how they were carrying water for the CIA or whatever. But now CNN and Fox News clearly are just exactly that, and that's what we're doing. Yeah, let's see. I think so. They hate Portland, and now they want to go where Mike created all the fire. Hell yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, they'll show up, and I'll move to Arizona. So, you guys can have it. This is turning into California. I'm telling you, it's Vegas. Vegas was great when I moved here, and now it's flooded. There's California plates everywhere, license plates. They're driving up the property prices to an unsustainable level. By the way, so I'm telling you, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a Mike Stradamus, but if I was Mike Stradamus, I'll put on my see the future hat. There's a huge actual thing coming, meaning a financial crisis. I think we're going to have another mortgage crisis coming up and all the rest of this because it's unsustainable. Things are just way too high especially for this market in particular. You can't bring over equity from California, $1 million homes and just dump it all into this market and expect all the prices to go up and not, price everybody out that, wages are down here. They're not California wages. Anyway, blah, blah, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Yeah. As Greta said, you guys see this recently, by the way? Greta was doing a little thing, or our little friend Greta, the climate change the victim of climate change. She basically said, build back better, blah, 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 at some conference, right? Blah, 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 blah. She kept saying that, and everybody was like cheering. They're like, yeah, blah, 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 yeah, cheering for the blah, blah, blahs. It's too good. It's just too good. Which, by the way, is crapping on Joe Biden because build back better was what she blah, blah, blah to. That, as always, she's been saying, she dropped the how dare you shtick because, well, I guess maybe she's less mad now that she's on the payroll of the globalists. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with her. I just am saying that things are a little weird with this. And yeah, so let's wrap this up and let's finish and do our thing. If you want to be a part of the show, we got time for you, 702-957-1037. And we got a phone call coming in. Let's take it. What's up, my friend Chantel? Long time no talk. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Blah, 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 right?
Yeah, I haven't called for a while. I've been listening, but as usual, always late. But I've had a lot of things going on Mondays and Fridays lately, so I haven't been able to really,
That's
be
okay.
live.
That's okay. We forgive you. You're allowed to be a human being and get your things done. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind today?
Thank you. Well, a lot. I went to Kroger late this afternoon, to pick up a prescription. The pharmacy was closed on a Friday afternoon. They didn't have any pharmacists on duty. As I'm driving through the parking lot and thinking and looking around and stores closed, I'm thinking, things were bad last year with this whatever, virus, plague, New World Order disease. It was bad last year, but I feel like our country is just about going down the tubes. Stores can't get people to work. Change the name of Dunkin' Donuts to Dunkin' because they can't get people to make the donuts. I mean, what is going on? It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like nobody cares. It's like people are just, I had a little accident. I flicked a bug with my right hand, my middle finger. I flicked a bug off my screen door Tuesday. Well, it was karma, put a curse on me because my finger went out of joint.
Oh, what?
So, yeah, believe it or not, it's like, oh my God, I can't move my finger. It's sticking straight out. So anyway.
Youch.
So the next day, I called the doctor and they said, oh yeah, we can fit you in. So I went in, they looked at it and she's looked at and I said, can you just kind of shove it back in? because I know you can pull it or shove it, and get it back in. Back in the olden days, they would do that. It would hurt like the dickens, but, you'd have your finger back.
Right.
And so she went out and talked to the doctor, and she comes back and she says, there's nobody in the office that would do such a thing, and we need you to go get x-rays to make sure it's not broken. And I'm thinking, I know the darn thing's not broken, but of course I went 3 x-rays to look at one little finger. So I wait till after 5 o'clock the next day to get a call from the doctor's office telling me, you have arthritis. I said, yes, I knew that. Well, the doctor wants you to see an orthopedic surgeon and to go to so-and-so and get a shot in your hand for the arthritis. I said, wait a minute. The problem isn't the arthritis. The problem is my finger is out of joint. I can't move it. I said, is that shot going to help my finger? She didn't answer. I said, you don't know, do you? Well, you'll have to talk to the doctor about that. And I thought, you know what? I am done with doctors. I'm done with these dumbasses. My doctor, who had dementia and is now in a nursing home, had more sense than these new people that took over. So I called a chiropractor today. They never called me back. So I'm walking around. My finger's starting to get mobility back. I've learned to work with my left hand. I'm going to do it till the thing heals, or I have a permanent finger stuck out.
Till it
that's
heals?
The way I feel.
Heals or falls off.
Yeah. I'm not going back to these yahoos.
Yeah.
Nobody has any sense, but they want to give you this stupid supposed medicine. Oh, that's one other thing, and then I'll let you go because I know it's past your time.
It's
Have
okay.
you heard of the group Spartacus?
The group, no. The revolutionary slave, yes.
Okay, well, they think it's a group of medical people. It's been taken down on different websites, but it's out there somewhere. And I saw a website. It was actually a Christian website that had it posted. It's like 1,000 pages talking about the COVID and the vaccine and what it's doing. And oh my God, it's amazing. And people really are starting to fight back little by little, and people are starting to get on the clue bus. So not all is lost. It feels pretty bad, but I think one person at a time, and we just got to keep doing what's right and sticking up for each other. And you know what? Not be afraid, because the movie Braveheart, live free or die.
Yeah.
We can't be slaves.
No.
We can't live like this. We can't.
Nope.
This is not life.
It's unfortunate. Pretty much no matter what you look at, in everything's crumbling. The entire infrastructure is crumbling. Not just like in physical terms, like roads and bridges, water treatment plants, all that, but also like the actual institutions of exactly like you described, freedom is crumbling, and I think it's all intentional. It's all part of. If they break it, they can say that. They tried, right? They can say, well, look, we tried that system and it didn't work. And that's not the case at all. I mean, if you go back to the 50s, it was working. Sure, people are going to say, but everybody was racist in the 50s and all this other bullshit, right? Sure, it exists. Don't get me wrong. It's not the thing that's changing everything. It's poor legislation. It's these people that, like I said, doctors and the way they're allowed to get away with things, and no tort reform, these huge lawsuits. I mean, driving up the cost of healthcare. It's over and over. And this is how it manifests. It's unfortunate. You need help because you've damaged your finger. I'm sorry to hear that. And you can't even get simple help. Like, you can't even get simple freaking help. Like you have to.
Nope.
Like we've been doing the same thing, trying to get like a doctor you trust, and you have to go. You wait 6 weeks to get a damn appointment to even meet the asshole, and then they're like, oh yeah. Your finger hurts. Here's some medicine. Call me back in 6 more weeks. Type of shit. It's like this is what we're doing. That's not a doctor. That's not a doctor. That's a drug dealer.
No.
It's awful. It's awful.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they will give you pills for anything. My boss actually had a call from somebody. She's from Honduras, and She had a call from a poor lady. She has been in pain with a fever, and she's got an infection in her mouth. And she went to the dentist, and the dentist told her that she needed to get, what is it, where they put crowns on your teeth. She filed all her teeth down and put crowns. She still got the infection. She went to the emergency room, and they said she needed to see a dentist and gave her Oxycontin.
Oh, opioids. Interesting.
The woman is still in a great deal of pain. She's going to end up, she could die.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So,
but the medical establishment, there is no medical establishment. In my town, you don't even go to the hospital unless you want to die.
Yeah. It's awful. It's awful.
It's that bad.
Yeah. You can't, there are, and again, to be fair, there are good people out there. There are good doctors. It's just, once you find them, people know and they get booked up, and it's impossible to they can only do so much work. One good person, and this is where we're at. Yeah. It's terrible. So if you find a good doctor, I don't care anywhere in the country, please let me know. I'd love to find one.
Okay. Likewise. Likewise, because I'm looking too.
Yeah, I will let you know. I will definitely let you know. You're the best, Chantel. Anything else while we got you on the phone?
No. Just try not to get too discouraged. We got to take the good with the bad, I guess, and we're getting a lot of bad, but we can't give up, and there's a lot of good people. We just got to stick together. Oh, yes, I'm lumping myself with the good people.
Yeah, of course you are. Of course anyways, you are. You're here, aren't you? Together. Of course you are. I agree 100%.
I try to be. So
there
God
we go.
Help us.
You're exactly right. Chantel, you were the best. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling, as always, and have a fantastic one. Hope your finger gets better soon. Call back and let us know, okay?
Okay, I'll have a permanent finger for everybody.
At least it's the middle finger.
It is.
Amen.
I'm old. It doesn't matter. They think that's normal.
Nice. All right, fantastic. Have a happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Chantel.
Thank you. You too, and everybody else.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Thank you for calling. There you go. If you want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. Great stuff. Sorry to hear about Chantel's finger. And this is what I'm saying, right? Like the institutions are coming down. And, people that are wealthy, they don't understand. They're like, what are you talking about? Like they've got all the best doctors and all the rest of this stuff. And they're like, what are the plebs bitching about? Well, okay. Well, how about you wait in line weeks and weeks and weeks just to get an appointment, and then you show up and the doctor blows you off? Yeah, that's why, right? Like you have to be like belligerent with a doctor to even get the thing treated. It's crazy. It's nuts. And some of you guys are younger and you're like, what's he talking about? Like me personally, I don't even have any health issues. Like luckily, knock on wood, cross your fingers, all that good stuff, right? But point is, you should go to the doctor, get checkups and all the rest of this stuff. And it's just impossible to find good people anymore. It's ridiculous. Let's go to, I'm not sure who this is, but let's find out. What's your first name? Where are you calling from? You're on the show.
Hi, Mike. This is Jake. I'm known as Fusion 360 on your show.
Fusion 360. What's up, my friend? Jake in Washington. Welcome to the show. Is it Washington? No. That's fine. Jake, we'll go with Jake.
I'm out of Missouri.
Missouri, that's what I meant. I can't read. So, yeah. Jake in Missouri, welcome to the show. What's on your mind, my man?
Nice to meet you, man. Nice show.
Thank you. You as well.
Glad I found you guys. I've listened to Rogan for a long time, and you guys have stole my attention. I just wanted to call in because I watch a lot of or keep up on a lot of news on just politics and and the main thing is it's like I want to know why so many high up people like the Pentagon and I'm pretty sure it was the Prime Minister of Canada before Justin Trudeau. He come out and he announced that aliens are real. There's that Israeli guy that was with the space program you announced on one of your shows, he come out. I mean, these are pretty high up people. And, just why are they saying it? like they're pulling our legs and wasting our time. It's just not funny. But I actually had a recent experience where I had nothing crazy, but it was, I know it wasn't some backyard hobbyist with his drone. This was like a really large black triangular flat-shaped drone fly over my house about 9:00 p.m. Had three white lights on each corner of the triangle. It was probably doing about 45 to 50 miles per hour, like heading in a straight direction, like it was programmed to go where it was going. Like, it was weird. It wasn't very high up. It was about, I want to say it was 100 to 150 feet in the air. So it was like right here with me. I do a lot of stargazing, so when I seen that, it just like, it blew my mind. I mean, it could be Lockheed Martin, it could be Skunk Works. I have no idea, but the weird thing is I was like on Lockheed Martin's website prior to that, and it's just weird that it came by my house, because it was almost as if, they were kind of like, spying on me, like, what's this guy on my website for? Because, like, if you go on plant42.com or whatever it is, there's like a big warning on there, like not to be fooling around trying to sign it. It's an official government website. So I kind of got leery, just being on the website, didn't want to fool around too much. I clicked the tab at the top left corner and kind of viewed like what they did, what their researches were. And then, yeah, like a couple weeks later, 3 weeks later, I can't exactly remember the length of time, but that little craft flew over my house. I want to say it was about the size of my wife's Ford Escape, but it was awkward. It was weird.
Yeah, they're out there, and that's the thing, right? So that's where the conversation comes in. I think it's a little more rich than just aliens or government, right? It seems like there's some other options here, like Alex Jones has talked about breakaway civilizations and things like this. What if the Rockefellers or these huge families have kind of gone outside of the government with their own funding and created these things as sort of a black market sort of situation? Who knows? And again, like that's why I think that's why we do it the way we do it. It's just not so cut and dry. I'm not sold on aliens, and I'm not sold on Skunk Works, but sure, are both at play? I think. Well,
one thing is like, one thing is like, like today, like if I seen something in the sky, I'd be like, yeah, that's a drone. But like, there's some really good stories of like the lights over DC. I mean, those were years before drones were even invented. I mean, if you talk about Phoenix lights, those couldn't have been drones. I mean. And I heard the government reenacted that and tried and couldn't even do it. So, I mean, and the way they stayed in formation and the amount of witnesses and eyewitnesses that's seen all of that, I mean, you just can't deny it. Or it's crazy. Like a lot of people don't even want to talk about it. So I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird. Well, and then everybody's like, just like the politics, everybody's in like one camp or the other, right? It's like, well, it's government, well, it's aliens, and it's like a big fight. It's always polarized. It's stupid, and that's exactly how. All you have to do is pay attention and see what's going on out there, and it's just division. And I think that's part of what's happening with this whole disclosure stuff. It's like they're causing division. They're making us in the UFO community fight with each other, right? By throwing down a line in the sand and saying this is the government saying these things are real. Okay, no shit, they're real. But what does it mean, right? Does it mean that this is like aliens from Alpha Centauri, or does it mean, right, that there's some weird shit China's doing? There's a lot here, a lot to talk about, which is why we're going to continue doing it. So, yeah, man. I'm glad you found us. The more good people, the better. And we're just trying to figure it out, man. The world seems upside down, and that's why we do this, right? And that's why you're like, thank God somebody else noticed, right? And that's why you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird that high up officials are, coming out and saying this, like I would, if I heard it from, some average Joe at work, I wouldn't be so concerned about it. But I mean, these are very high up people, and it's just, I don't know. It's weird.
It's weird. It's all weird, which is what we do here, man. We talk about the weird stuff, and that's what's up. Where did you find us, by the way?
I have a sit-down job. I listen to a lot of podcasts and everything. If I'm not mistaken, it was probably Spotify. I'm pretty sure it was Spotify, or it might have been the Apple podcast that they have that comes automatically on the phone when you get it.
Gotcha. Okay. Just checking. I'd like to see where people found us, because if it's one particular thing keeps coming up, we'll focus on that one thing, because it seems to be working. So I appreciate that. Anything else while we got you on the phone, my friend? Thank you so much for calling, being a first-time caller. And as you know, you're welcome anytime. We do this. Always have an open phone line. We're taking your thoughts as always, so don't be a stranger, okay? But final thoughts while we got you on? Let's wrap this up.
No, man, I'll continue watching the show, and nice to meet everybody. You guys seem pretty cool. Take care.
Thank you. You as well. Thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. Well, looking forward to speak with you soon, okay? That's Jake in Missouri. Thanks for calling in tonight, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. There you go. Good stuff, guys. Fusion 360. And that's what I mean, right? Like, it's good that people are finding us. It's good that, people come and listen, and they're like, wow, there's people with common sense out there talking about some crazy stuff, and, not trying to tell you or force feed you answers. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I wish I did, but I don't know. And that's what this is all about. So what we're going to do is we got a weekend coming up. So like I said, happy Friday. Thank you for the calls of Chantel and Jake. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat and listening and chatting it up and adding to the conversation. And thanks for spreading the word. Like we've said, it still works. The old school way of saying, hey, you guys should check out this show because there's some good stuff going on there. You may not agree with everything, and you shouldn't. But there's a lot of good conversations happening, and that's what's happening here, right here. So thank you, guys, and that's of course credit to you as well. Like I said, we're in this together. And that's what's up. So happy Friday. Thank you again for hanging out with us. Thanks. I'm always honored by you guys spending your time with us when you could be doing so many other things. And you're here. So have a fantastic weekend. We went a little bit long today, but like I said, nobody tells us when to stop. This is the beauty of not being like on the radio or TV or something like this, right? You can't take calls because it's like, oh, I've got to cut you off for a commercial. Oh, the show's over. Sorry. We can't get your thoughts, right? Because the host talks too much and too many commercials, right? You see? Like there's some beauty in being able to do this yourself, and without anybody telling you when to start and when to stop. There's a huge advantage there, and it's because we can actually talk to each other. You notice the game, right? The game is they don't want us speaking with each other because will understand their division game is bullshit, and that we have a lot more in common than we think, and that's what's up. So hell yeah, the Night Stalker's got it right. Damn, this year's flying. It's already October 1. So that's what's up. So we got you guys know the schedule, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific. On Monday and Friday, we also do this show on Twitch at 3 p.m. and we're going to keep on trucking. I do have a Patreon show coming up, a supporter show. We'll probably do that direct on Rockfin, probably just a Rockfin exclusive type thing. We'll see. So I don't know if that'll be maybe next weekend, but we'll see. We'll see what's happening. So we'll have an actual extra show coming up, and I don't know. I'm thinking about adding Fridays too. Right? I mean, why not? Why not Friday night? I mean, those used to be the most fun shows anyway. I don't know. So we're out of here. Again, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. I'm going to play some outro music and let's roll. Let's do this. Let's play this. And thanks to everybody for supporting the show. Like I said, I don't have a proper list because I have been in catch-up mode since getting back home. But there you go. We are back, and this is Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange. Spread the word. Check out, join the Discord if you have not, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. Phone number's up there. It's persistent, so if you want to leave a voicemail about something you heard on a podcast previously or something, please do. Please do. I do listen to all of them, and if they're appropriate, I'll play them on the show. So there it is. One more time. This is Troubled Minds. Troubled Minds News edition, rather. I'm Michael Strange, and like I always say, I'm me, you're you, but together we're us, and that's a powerful thing. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you on Monday. Michael Strange, out.